Thanks for listening in this morning to the Mayor's Good Morning Show. This is a very, very important show. I want you to pay attention today. This is something that, to me, is one of the most important things we can do in Bensalem this year. It's a welcome home to our Iraq and our Afghanistan veterans. It's a day on that we're going to have so many different things, and here to talk to me about it and what the program is going to be about is Colonel retired Larry Rubini. And Larry, good to have you again. We've been working together several few months now, and you are a volunteer and coordinator of this event. This is an event with Bucks County and Bensalem Township. So it's a major, major event. I want to express that. And I want you to try to pay attention today, and to all the vets out there, please make sure that you get here on that day. It's May 19th, and the program starts at 10 o'clock. I think it's 10:30, but I always tell everybody 10 o'clock to make sure they're here. Am I right on that one?
The facility should be open by 10 o'clock with all of our vendors and participants setting up at least by 9:30 and being in place.
Yeah, I want you to understand, when we're talking about this, it's a day from 10 till 3 in the afternoon. There's a lot going on. When we honor our veterans, and certainly all veterans we're honoring that day, that begins at 10. There's a ceremony, and why don't you start with that, Colonel, and tell us a little bit about that part of the day, which is most important, where we celebrate and memorialize and do the dedications and all of the things that happen. And I think it's about an hour, right?
Yes.
Okay, talk about that.
Thank you, Mayor. This formal program in the morning will start to form up at 10:30, and this is will be a march of heroes that we will present as part of our formal program, with the Iraq-Afghanistan veterans being welcomed home. It's for all veterans also. Bring your families, bring your friends. The general public is invited, no charge. At 10:30, like I said, we'll start to form up. The procession will be led by the Old Barracks Fife and Drum Corps, and that is about a 25-person fife and drum marching unit playing the music that the Continental Army listened to. And it's quite an interesting group to listen to and to participate. Leading our group will be the Junior ROTC Color Guard, Fife and Drum Corps, followed by all of our veterans. Our march-on will be at the amphitheater facility right behind the township building. We will have reenactors, hopefully, from some of the past wars, military vehicles, and most important, under the tents with plenty of tables, job recruiters, education institutions, and VA, Veterans Administration Vet Benefit Counseling. And that will go on all day from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock. The 10:30 preparation leads into 11 o'clock with the kickoff of our formal march-on, with the procession down to the amphitheater facility with our guests of honor, Major General Wesley Craig, the Adjutant General of the Pennsylvania National Guard, as our keynote speaker, and with him the Gold Star families of Bucks County, the invited participants of the Tuskegee Airmen, the Pearl Harbor Association, and all of our older veterans of World War II and Korea. So that's the essence of
Let me go into the Gold Star families. Why don't you explain a little bit about that part of it, the Gold Star families?
The Gold Star families are families that have lost a son or a daughter to war. They've been honored with that insignia of the Gold Star, showing the highest sacrifice that a family has made to this country, the highest service of their son or daughter being killed in war.
And in Bucks County, how many do we have? Do you know off the top of your head?
I believe there are 16 that are accounted for with their commemorations on pictured plaques up at the Bucks County Courthouse. And all of their families have been invited. We hope that they will attend with us.
And we're going to have a little something special for them that day.
Yes.
A special luncheon.
There is a catered lunch afterwards for our honored guests, the Gold Star families and the Tuskegee Airmen and the Pearl Harbor survivors.
And again, I just can't emphasize enough how important this day is. I believe for us here, it's on Armed Forces Day.
Yes, May 19th, Saturday.
Right. It's a very big day. From the bottom of our hearts to pay our respect our men and women of all of the armed forces for the very reason we're able to talk here in front of this monitor today, Colonel. And I know for me, I always say not just one day event. We try to think of them every day and remember them. But this is a special day when we all come together and to honor them at one time. So I know it's a long program. It's not easy, but when I say long, I mean planning long. It's not so long when hopefully when we get there everything takes off and goes right, and I'm sure it will with veterans running it, and I'm sure it's going to be very precise. And by the way, it's our ROTC here in Bensalem.
Yes, it is.
It'll be leading the way.
And marching as a unit.
And yeah, and so I think you're getting the idea how important this is, and this is for everybody, not just veterans. We want to honor our veterans that day, so we're asking everybody to come. There's no charge. There's nothing involved. The job fair, my goodness gracious, I know we have 25 already companies signed up.
There's a significant number in that range there. Let me encourage the employers in this regard to come out to this significant effort to meet your veterans. This is the best workforce that this country has to offer. There's no better hire than hiring a veteran. It's not just the right thing to do, as the mayor has described, for the sacrifice and the service to the country. It's good business. Veterans have learned in their military experience leadership, teamwork, work under the harshest of conditions, work pressures, work with a work ethic that is unparalleled in the civilian force. In our military education, we've learned all of the many skills of information technology, medicine, engineering, transportation, logistics, and many more. This is the highest skilled workforce that you could ever want. This is the best motivated and most highly competent skilled workforce you could ever want. So come out and meet them at this job recruiting effort from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock with plenty of tables and much space under the tent for you to set up your facility.
Now, when people get the show and you hear it and what we're doing, it's not just Bucks County or anywhere. You know veterans, families, relatives, people you know. Tell them about this day. This is a very, 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 very important day for all of us. And be lots of food there. We have, I think it's something like 14 different purveyors and different companies out there bringing and selling their food. Of course, our volunteers will be out there, and there's 100 of them or more for this day. It's very important. I want to hold this up, and these are around, and Darren will pull in on this. These are around, all around town,
yes,
Bucks County, and we want to try to as we're speaking here, you can get a good look at this and see how many important things are on there. Right at the very top, if you just read that alone, salute to our veterans. I think that's enough to motivate a lot of people to come out, Colonel, don't you? I mean, just say thank you.
It certainly is. It's a grand day. Your volunteers have been hard at work, and they are truly producing a great program. Certainly with the Junior ROTC unit will be out there all together. Let me give you the information that you can obtain back on email. If you want this poster on email, if you want our registration form to register for a table at no charge, call Betty Carlio at Bucks County Office of Military Affairs, 215-345-3885. And this can either be sent to you by fax or by email for response, or check the Bensalem or Bucks County websites for more information on that.
Yeah, I think a very important thing that Darren just made sure we were talking about, parking is at Bensalem High School. Yes. Bensalem High School on Humeville Road. There will be transportation back and forth, and believe me when I tell you, it's the easiest way. It's just like Pride Day here in Bensalem. These buses run back and forth. There'll be buses for anybody with a challenge or handicapped. So there's no excuses that we can't get them here. And on site there'll be parking for some VIP people, but we don't have enough parking on site, hopefully, for the crowd that we're going to have. And anybody that's been to Pride Day will understand that. So the buses will run, I believe, every 7 or 8 minutes, back and forth, bring you here, take you back to your car, and it's very easy. So hopefully you'll remember that. Parking at Bensalem High School, very, very important. We expect a big day, Colonel. I do.
Yes, sir, we do.
I think that our hearts will be so warm and heartfelt to know that we're really doing something to welcome home our veterans coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan, and to come back. We have many of them over there that will be coming back soon, and
right.
Hopefully by them being at the job fair, and this time the word will get around that these companies are hiring. So when we get more vets coming home, and I know the county works on that, and certainly we will here to give them all the information that's taken that day. All the companies that we have here will make sure that we have that information, that by email or by telephone, in the future they'll be able to reach them also. So I think it's important.
Speaking as an Iraq veteran, I certainly am truly touched and honored by Bensalem's effort, your volunteers' efforts to put this together. This has been no small project, to be sure, and Bensalem has really gone out and to reach out and touch the veteran community to honor and to remember its service.
Well, it's been a team effort, and certainly, anybody knows me, I say teams win. I always talk about teams, Colonel, and no different than your Army. No one person can lead the way. It takes a whole team, and that's how we win. And I expect a big win on the 19th. I'm going to give you the last word. Anything that we haven't brought up or some encouragement, we're here today to try to get people out. You know, incidentally, I talked about the family, coming out, family. This is a great way to bring your children, to let them see what protects them and gives them their future right here on these grounds at this day. It's great for the children to come out. And I believe they'll have some things for the kids to do. Am I correct?
Yes, there will be some family participation, children's participation, that they're not stuck in a formal program. They have a place to play.
Yeah, and there's going to be Army equipment here, trucks, and I don't know how far that goes, but I know there's several of these machines coming here.
Yes.
And that's great for the kids to see.
Yes.
In person. I mean, I know we see all this stuff on TV, but there's nothing like being in. I guess you think I'm pretty enthusiastic about this. This is a very, very important day for us here in Bensalem, Bucks County. We want to lead the way to show everyone that how much we care for our veterans and their families. So this, Colonel, I'm telling you, of all the hard work that goes into it, the volunteers put into it, and that team effort, I think that, of all the things going on around, I know there's been a few now to welcome them home, which there should be. There should be thousands of these going on around. But I do think that the way this is going on is not just a welcome home. It's given opportunities for these men and women to look for jobs and whatever education, whatever. I know there's a lot of services that they might not even know that they're entitled to.
Right.
So I'm going to give you the absolute last word today.
It's a thank you from the veterans for this great honor, and an encouragement to the veterans. Come on out, bring your families, meet the recruiters, enjoy a program. The honor is for you. It's certainly for you to honor the Gold Star families and to meet the older veterans who have gone before you. Mayor, thank you so much.
Colonel, it's been a real pleasure, and we'll be working together for a few more weeks to get this going. It isn't a few more weeks.
We're down to the wire.
Yeah, just today's the 8th, I believe.
It is.
And we have 11 days till this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day here in Bensalem Township. Please remember everything we said on this show today. It's someplace you have to be. It's one of the most important places you can be in Bensalem in this year, 2012. Come out and with us and salute these veterans. Until next time, everybody, God bless you.